In Britannia, year 60 AD, Roman patrols marched stone roads, shields glinting, while Celtic villagers watched with resentment. At the Iceni village, King Prasutagus faced Roman envoys, crimson cloaks signaled authority, their presence pressing like iron chains. When the king died, Rome descended like wolves, seizing wealth and lands, while the Iceni burned with silent rage. In the square, Boudica was bound, her red hair wild in the wind, her tribe's fury rising silently. Night fell with whispers of war, firelight revealed warriors sharpening steel, painted shields gleaming, vengeance burning hotter. At dawn, Boudica rose in her chariot, spear lifted high, her defiant cry echoed by thousands preparing for blood. From the hilltop, she stood tall against a stormy sky, below, warriors roared like thunder, earth trembling beneath. Summer, 60 AD, Camulodunum erupted in fire, Celtic warriors stormed Roman gates, citizens shrieked as flames devoured stone. The temple of Claudius cracked and burned, statues toppled, priests fell, shadows of rebels danced wildly through firelight. In the square, Boudica was bound, her red hair wild in the wind, her tribe's fury rising silently. Night fell with whispers of war, firelight revealed warriors sharpening steel, painted shields gleaming, vengeance burning hotter. At dawn, Boudica rose in her chariot, spear lifted high, her defiant cry echoed by thousands preparing for blood. Verulamium's villas blazed, statues shattered, Celtic war cries echoed through streets littered with broken carts and lifeless bodies. Along Roman roads lay desolation, charred beams, shattered shields, abandoned belongings, crows circled above fields of death. At a Roman camp, Suetonius studied maps, legionaries readied blades, eagle standards rising, prepared for annihilation or glory. Hardened by war, Suetonius sat astride his horse, scarred face unflinching, eyes fixed on the fate of Britannia. Veterans of Legio XIV marched in iron ranks, auxiliaries rode beside them, banners snapping, discipline forged for slaughter. From above, Rome's 10,000 stood a thin steel line, ordered and unbending, dwarfed by wilderness and war. By late 60 AD, Boudica's horde advanced, 100,000 strong, banners whipping, chariots thundering like storm clouds. At Watling Street, Suetonius chose ground, forest walls at his back, discipline his only shield against the tide. The Roman road cut straight through misty hills, its stones would soon echo with screams and clash of steel. Legionaries locked shields, scuta overlapping, iron helmets gleamed as they braced to funnel enemies into a killing ground. Rome's wall of steel held fast, unyielding ranks fused with the terrain, a fortress of flesh and iron. At the signal, pila were raised, above them, the golden eagle blazed, symbol of Rome's ruthless unbroken will. Cavalry steadied restless horses, spears upright, red cloaks snapping, a line of riders stood ready to strike. Beneath helmets, young and veteran faces glistened with sweat, their eyes revealed no fear, only grim resolve. Across the plain, the Celtic sea surged forward, endless ranks of warriors, wagons of families behind, watching destiny unfold. Boudica's chariot thundered across the field, red hair blazing, her spear lifted high as 100,000 roared. Drums pounded, war horns blared, shields and spears rose skyward as the valley trembled beneath Celtic advance. The tide of 100,000 Celts stormed forward, a flood of bodies rushing to engulf 10,000 Romans. On that decisive day of 60 AD, 10,000 Romans leveled Pila, ready to unleash iron death. The Roman command was given, Pila flew in deadly arcs, thousands of iron tips striking into charging Celts. Shields splintered, warriors collapsed screaming, momentum faltered as the first wave of Boudica's host staggered under storm. Then the legion advanced, shields locked, a moving wall of steel pressing forward step by step with precision. Celtic fury crashed against Roman discipline, the air filled with the clang of iron, dust, desperate cries. Trapped by wagons behind, warriors found no escape, their vast numbers turned the battlefield into a deadly cage. Chaos spread as warriors stumbled over fallen, chariots overturned, panic rippled quickly through the endless Celtic horde. The legions struck relentlessly, short sword stabbing, each Roman thrust carved deeper, opening paths through the mass. The plain shook with screams, dust rose thick, shields cracked, and the fallen covered the ground without end. Desperation gripped the Celts, they pushed harder, yet each surge only fed the slaughter beneath Roman blades. Hours dragged on, relentless slaughter consumed the plain, Celts fell countless, their bodies covering fields beyond counting. Roman lines held unbroken, shield walls advanced steadily, cutting deeper as the Celtic host dissolved into chaos. Families trapped behind wagons watched in horror, their warriors crushed, retreat impossible, the plain transformed into despair. Desperation turned to panic, warriors trampled one another, screams drowned beneath clashing steel and echoing war horns. From dawn till dusk, the killing never ceased, the battlefield shook beneath the weight of unending carnage. Celtic chariots lay overturned, shields broken, warriors scattered, and the roar of freedom faded into silence. The Romans pressed onward without mercy, discipline drove their blades, each step marking another Celtic life ended. As darkness fell, the earth lay carpeted with the fallen, only smoke and silence drifted across the battlefield. Ancient accounts claim 80,000 Celts lay dead, the Roman loss only 400, victory against impossible odds. 10,000 disciplined legionaries destroyed a host 10 times their size, proving order mightier than raw fury. The rebellion collapsed in a single day, cities would burn no more, Britannia bent once again to Rome. Queen Boudica vanished into legend, some say she drank poison, others whispered that illness claimed her swiftly. Whatever the truth, her fight ended not in triumph, but with silence after the greatest battle of her life. Rome endured, yet its iron grip never erased the memory of the queen who dared to rise. Among Celtic tribes, her story spread like fire, Boudica became more than mortal, she became a symbol. To Romans, her fall proved disciplined strength, to her people, proof that freedom was worth any sacrifice. Across centuries, poets and chroniclers retold her name, a queen whose courage outlived even bitter defeat. In London, statues of Boudica still rise, bronze chariot charging forward, immortal reminder of defiance against empire. Her legacy is carved in history, not only the rebellion she led, but the spirit of resistance. Thus ends the tale of Boudica, where 10,000 triumphed over 100,000, and legend was born.